feeling your emotions can sometimes feel uneasy, uncomfortable, or even scary. Welcome back to another video. This is Vanessa. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I had a conversation with a good friend of mine yesterday, who's a musician and who has trained himself to sort of like zone out of his emotions, and which created like this habit of not feeling when he didn't want to. And then he had a situation when a lot came up for him, and that suddenly felt like a lot, like unsafe to some degree, or very unsettling, because sometimes by ourselves we don't know how to deal with it. So I just wanted to share this little moment because that made me realize I share a lot in my videos. I say a lot, sit yourself down and feel what's happening within you, feel it through, and the realizations come on the other side. And so that's why I really want to also say that some things we are able to handle and feel through by ourselves. Like if we feel a little bit angry or if we feel frustrated, we can sit ourselves down and feel it through. But if there's something for you that you feel inside that may be deeper and heavier, like a trauma coming up, or like very deep, old, heavy emotions that you haven't let yourself feel in a long time, or maybe never really before, and just in small doses. And if this is something you want to work on and help like release and overcome, then please, sometimes that doesn't feel safe to do by yourself, then please work with a practitioner. You can reach out to me. We can work together if we are fit. Check out my information down below. But really, just find somebody that you trust, that holds your hand, true, like literally or imaginably, who just is able to hold you in this and support you in processing and moving through this. Because sometimes when you do it by yourself and you have no experience doing it, it may be that you get stuck in that emotion and you don't actually feel it fully through, and then that's when the heaviness stays and comes in and makes you feel like, oh my god, I let myself feel and now I'm in this and I don't know how to get out of it. That's usually a sign that you're stuck in the emotion, or that you identify so much with the emotion, or that part that feels that emotion, that part of you that feels that emotion, that it may feel like, oh, how am I going to get out of it? But if you're working with a practitioner, no matter if with a therapist or with a coach or a psychologist or a somatic therapist or whatever, it's most important that you trust that person to lead you through it. And also, not just that you decide to trust, but also that you feel like you can trust that person. And also that you open up to them and like share how you feel and what's really going on. That's really important. That is a tip that I just want to give you. And especially if you're somebody who always had to go through a lot of things by themselves, then it may be so supportive to let somebody support you. It may feel unfamiliar and may feel a little strange for you in the beginning to share so deeply, or cry in front of somebody, or even use your voice or shout or whatever. But for me, who always for years handled everything herself, it was such a blessing to open up to somebody that I could trust, my teachers, for example, and let them help me feel through things, because that felt so much less scary to do it with them and have them by my side, and let somebody explain to you what is happening right now, and them ask you also, I always ask my clients, okay, are you comfortable to go there, or should we go until here and then, go deeper another time? Titration is really important in that process, so your nervous system doesn't shut down and you're actually able to process slowly and, over time, process fully through. Sometimes we can process something in one session, and sometimes it takes several times in order for this bigness, this like heavy old held trauma or emotions around a topic. Sometimes there are a lot of different pieces to look at and to release, especially when it comes from a long time of holding and suppressing in your body. Yeah, so I just want to encourage you to reach out to people that you trust, professionals. Sometimes it also helps to just have a friend sitting next to you and tell them, I just need to feel through this emotion. Can you just be here with me? You don't need to say anything, just hold my hand or hug me. Sometimes that already helps. But I just want you to know that if you're sometimes trying to feel through something and it feels scary, just ask somebody for help, either a professional or a friend or family member or loved one. And also, just also know that if that feeling persists after you try to feel it through for a longer time, just know that it may be that you got stuck in that part that is hurting. Yeah. So when I say in that part, I mean that I'm referring to internal family systems, so partswork, which is, I think, my favorite way to work with clients, because it's just, you kind of like objectively take that part out of you to realize, oh, this was me with 7, and this and this happened to me, and now that part of me still feels sad and angry and disappointed, so let me feel that through, rather than the whole Vanessa is sad and disappointed. I look at that part of me, because that is sort of frozen in time from when this wound was created. And that's why, sometimes that still will pull you down. But I'm also adult Vanessa, and not all of me feels held down or disappointed or whatever. Yeah, but there's a part of me that feels that, and that is valid. So let me feel through this, just to give you an example. Okay, so this is really what I wanted to say today. Important message. Yeah, because in this time and age where we have so many self-help books and so many things out there and so many voices, it's important that you, first of all, listen to yourself, what you need, how far you're willing to go and able to go, and don't also overestimate yourself. It's okay to go slow. Sometimes when we grew up in a way where we were always like pulling through, working hard and these things, I see this with clients and sessions sometimes, that when I ask them, do you still want to go into this, or should we stop here for today? Some people will say, no, let's go, although this would be too much for them, because they're so used to pushing through and pulling through. And I'm used to that. I was used to that too. So I had to learn myself to realize, oh, this is actually too much for my nervous system today. I can stop here. It doesn't mean I'm not strong. It doesn't mean I'm weak. Yeah. So just want to leave you with that today as a little message. Comment below, tell me, how you feel about feeling your feelings. Is that easy for you? Is that hard? How do you feel about, your boundaries in terms of, knowing how far to go for yourself to still feel safe? And yeah, that's it for today. Leave a like or a subscription if you like these videos, and I see you in another one. Ciao.